I get tagged in many different social media platforms. So I'm going to do a rundown of some of the tweets that I have been tagged in recently. So stay tuned or stay through the whole video so you can see a playback of many of these tweets. They're all quite interesting. So we have been talking about what's going on in South Korea. The birth rate there is plummeting to hell, and a lot of it has to do with the relations between men and women. So this tweet: thousands of South Korean women gathered in Seoul last weekend to protest against deep fake porn targeting a growing number of women and girls, the first mass protest since 2018 over the widespread digital X crimes in a tech advanced but deeply male dominated country. This country is very anti feminist. They come for feminists, like to the point of violence. So the fact that these women are protesting is already a sentiment of them pushing back. This woman continues: the black clad protesters chanted, "Those who make them, the deepfake porn, those who sell them, those who watch them, punish all of them." The same slogan used by tens of thousands of women who gathered in the same place in 2018 to condemn South Korea's spy cam porn epidemic. So this same woman is talking about the protests back in 2018, talking about history in the making. More than 20,000 South Korean women angrily urged the government to crack down on the widespread MOCA or spy cam crimes that secretly film women at public toilet, public transportation, office, and schools in the biggest ever protest held by women in the nation. So they're having a serious issue because women are being taken advantage of, being violated, and it's like they're not doing anything about it. And this is one more piece back from 2018 where she's saying the so-called MOCA crimes are so rampant in South Korea that news about men, from school teachers to pastors, caught secretly filming women make headlines on a daily basis. Here's a story I did back in 2016 about this sickening trend with no sign of stopping. So like all of these governments can whine and hand wring about the birth rate declining, but if they don't get the relations between men and women under control, it's going to continue to plummet to hell. The 4B movement has already changed to the 5B movement. The 5B movement is women saying just block anti-feminist men and misogynistic men online. Don't even talk to them. Another person is talking about the crazy loser Korean men with nothing better to do on a Saturday that are hiding in the bushes where women are set to protest. It says men wrote in a forum that they will take daypole cams. K-pop fans know it's a huge camera that has the ability to take pictures from a distance. The men want to take pictures of the girls and expose them because they know that the anti-feminist sentiment is high in South Korea. So they want to publish what these women look like so that there could be backlash for the women. Now, obviously, I don't speak Korean, but I'm assuming that that is what Woman of Leisure is translating this to. And here is the tweet that is connected to what that woman was just saying. Now let's talk about the global fertility rate. And this is a graph from Statista. And if you look here where I've highlighted it, in 1963, the global fertility rate was over five children per woman. In 1992, it had dropped down to 3 children per woman. 2021, it was 2.3 children per woman. And now these colors right here is where everything is currently sitting. In the United States, I believe we are sitting at 1.6 children. You can see us right here. But all of North America is sitting in the 1 to 1.9. So we're definitely below replacement rate. All of the light pink is below replacement rate. The blue or the light blue is 2 to 2.9, so 2 to like right up to 3. And then the dark blue is, the darker blue is 3 to 3.9. So that would, it's just a little bit of darker spaces, just a little bit darker spaces. And then the continent of Africa has quite a few countries that are 4 and above with the dark blue. But that is where the majority of the birth rate is coming, because you see the rest of the globe is in the pink. And I don't know which one is this red and which one are these little reds, but that is below one child per woman in those countries. And like I said, this is just to show the source is Statista. And just a few of the comments. Dan says this is a good thing. Aquarian Derek says World Bank, they're the ones behind the population reduction. This is just rubbing salt on our wounds. But who's really wounded by this other than people that are utilizing poor people in their bodies to keep other people rich? Johan says the fertility disaster is going to be felt most by, I believe they're trying to say Ukraine here. Ukraine, I believe, above their bad fertility rates, they have lost a big portion of their young men. I don't think Ukraine will recover from this anytime soon. B. Vanish says it makes sense. Africa has all the resources. Is this why Bill Gates offered birth control to African countries? When he was worried about overpopulation, he started with Africa. But once he's seen these numbers, he pretty much abandoned ship. Bill is on Netflix. I'm still undecided. Kumar said it should be 0, then only Earth can heal. Heather Ham says, I'm also noticing that the alpha children and even some of the younger Zoomers don't have the community that the 90s children and those who came before had. Nobody seems to have the cousins, aunts, uncles, and even a large group of neighbor kids around. So many only children marrying other only children, or people not staying close even when living in the same town. I've always said that not everyone should have kids, but there should be more married couples with kids than not in the world. That is her opinion, but what do you see in your neck of the woods? Now, one thing that makes me chuckle is how child-free women can get people in their fields. So people like Angela is out here not having kids, helping to reduce the birth rate all across the globe single-handedly, simply by not reproducing. So she put out this tweet. I'm 42, child free. It's the weekend. No babysitter needed. Can I get a cheers? All right, Angela, cheers. You have an extra drink for me this upcoming weekend. Now, when a woman chooses to not reproduce and has the nerve to come to social media to say it, it makes people get uncomfortable and then they start throwing out, you're lonely, you're angry, get a cat, all that. So Lauren says, yes, dying in an apartment alone with no one caring or looking for you only to be left to be eaten by your own cats. That really sounds like the life. And she says, Angela says, I'm really doing the Lord's work. So I can tell that I already like Angela's snarky retorts. Gandalf says, yes, the Wall Street Lords. I guess the Wall Street Lords work. And Amon is just looking at him like, what? Zeke has some words. He says, this has the vibes of an ex-girlfriend who feels the need to tell anyone who will listen to her that she's over you, totally over you. You've moved on. You're not even thinking of her, but she's clearly thinking about you because she's so over you. She'll let everyone know. Angela, no one cares. If you're so happy with your child-free life, then go out and live it. Have fun. But us here on X, we don't care. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to tuck my daughter in because she makes my life great, and I'm proud to be her dad. Why do these people who don't care so much write essays about how they just don't care? It's mind-boggling to me. This person says she can't hide the sadness in her eyes. Maybe it's the 2 miles of forehead, but it's certainly the eyes. Fradam says, man, she's right. You guys really hate this. They really do. They really cannot stand, men and women really can't stand it when a woman opts out and then has the nerve to talk about it. As a parent, I personally don't care. I think that women should have the opportunity to opt in or out. But the way these child-free women irk these people should be studied. I don't exactly even know what Cliff is talking about and how Kamala Harris came into this, so I'm not even going to talk about it. But I will talk about Andre. He's like, how does it feel to be dry and alone at 42? Like, he really cares. She's like, I'm a New York City 9. Who cares? Income Shark says, happy people don't need to convince the internet they are happy, is why people after a breakup suddenly post on social media saying how great they are, then disappear when they are happy again. So I just needed y'all to see this so y'all can collect some of these tears and laugh. Go ahead and whoopsie, my 10 minutes on TikTok ran out. But what I was saying is just go ahead and like, comment, and share. And if you made it this far and haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit the follow button.